Right. Welcome everyone to TME Podcast. I am Miss Rhonda and I have a special guest today, Mrs. Tina Adams-Turnipseed. How are you, love?
I am well. How are you?
I am fine. So as everyone knows, this is part of my The Incredible Woman series. And Mrs. Tina is someone who I deem as an incredible woman. So if you are just now tuning into the series, the reason what I did and what I'm doing is I personally picked 10 of my favorite women who I decided that I wanted to interview and share with you, my audience, their words and their story in their own words, I should say. So, Miss Tina, the lovely Tina, let me first say that she is the founder of the Black Women's Networking St. Louis chapter, because there's more than one chapter. So that means, in a nutshell, that like she's responsible for so many of us, right? And in our own rights, in our group, we have so many different entrepreneurs, authors, business owners, just a whole bunch of folks, right? And she basically she would whip us, like we'll crack the whip on us. So, keep us in line to make sure that we're focused and all these different things, right? So we have to do check-ins with her, and she is serious about her check-ins, okay? And that's one of the very reasons that I deemed her as an incredible woman. I have been able to contact her, inbox her, text her to talk about personal things, no judgment, right? She always has a word for me. She is a woman of God, right? A woman of faith, which there's times when, as women, we don't want to talk business. We just need to vent. So we just need to, right, just go over some stuff. So she is one of my incredible women just for that very reason. And she's the type of person, she doesn't like to be out in the front. So I'm very blessed that she has decided that she would agree to do this interview for me today. So welcome, Tina.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I definitely want to make sure I give you your flowers. Understand, you need roses because you deserve them, every bit of them, okay? So my first question for you today is, if I asked you what you thought it was that makes you an incredible woman, what would you say?
Actually, I don't think I'm incredible, but uh, I think I just do what God has me to do. And my love for my family and my love of God pushes me to do the things that He has me to do, which causes me to be, I guess, resilient and determined, I guess is what I would say. And so
Yes.
that would make me want to help others, and by any means necessary, no matter what that takes, no matter how that looks or whatever. I try to be transparent in the things that I'm doing. Also with BWN and with the kidpreneurs and all of that, try to be a servant leader. I'm not one that's there to dictate to you. I'm going to get down and I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to help you accomplish that goal. Probably with servant leadership, a lot of people think that's just telling you what to do, but servant leadership is getting out in the forefront, and it's also pushing you to do things that you wouldn't necessarily do. So lead with love, but also be kind of strict in leading with love, being able to correct the people when they make a misstep or tell them where they can adjust to make their life better, or the business, whatever it is that we're pretty much talking about. And then I'm gonna guess having compassion, having empathy, because people go through things and they may not always stay on task. Just for me or you, sometimes we may have a check-in or whatever, and your goal was you're supposed to have X, Y, and Z done by this day, but life happened. So
Exactly.
when life happens, allowing life to happen, give you that space to do whatever it is you need to do, but coming back to you and saying, hey, okay, you had enough time now. It's time for you to move on from that. pretty much.
Exactly. And that's exactly what she does. And there's one thing I would say about this series. There are going to be times when, yes, we may be in tears. There will be times we may laugh or whatever. But yes, we're going to do all of that in this series. Because let me take a side note real quick. And I have to say that Tina, outside of my mom, Tina was the first person that I got in touch with when my son decided he was going to quit school because I was going to kill him in this house. Okay. And I needed to vent. I had to get it out because after I talked to my mom, I was like, because, my mom, she loves that boy with, endlessly, right? And, Tina has met my son. She's had dealings with him. She's, coached him in his business some. So I knew that I could reach out to her, but she was definitely the first person after I talked to my mom. Because that boy, I don't know if he's going to make it through the day, y'all. I had to call Mama Tina, okay?
And he lived.
He lives. He lived because she had to talk me off a ledge, baby, a ledge. And one of the things that she said to me, and I will remember, is she says, you can't give up on him. And I won't. Okay, because that's my baby. So the next question is, as a woman, what are some of the things that are important to you?
Again, God, my family. Mm-hmm. Making sure that I give grace even in times of adversity, with all the things that are going on in the nation right now, looking at culture and climate for our people, and looking at our sons, the things that are affecting our sons, and trying to find something to make that better for our people, because our sons get caught up in so much. And as a Black woman, I fear for my child's life every day he walks out the door.
That's true.
And
that's true.
Those are things that are important, trying to make a footprint to make that better. If that's reaching out to your legislative people or people in Washington, D.C., whatever that looks like, however you can assist, just keep pushing, because my son was working, Grubhub, and he's had some trouble with the police, even in places that they've seen him all the time, because other people think because he's Black, he shouldn't be in that area. So we've had a couple of issues where I've had to stop what I'm doing and contact the police station and either threaten them with the harassment or something, because there was one time he was working for a pest control company. He went to this particular house once every couple of months or whatever, and the lady across the street did not like Black people. And so every time she would see the truck, is marked with the pest control company's name on it. And every time she would see him, she called the police. I had made contact with the police department, said, hey, he's in this area X amount of days. These are the days that he's there. You get this phone call, you know that's what it is. Stop bothering my child. And when they, the last time that they went out, I had to have a lawyer
oh wow,
contact them, because they knew it was him. And they still went and they still bothered him. So things like that.
And that's definitely a true story for most of us who have sons, because I know when Ramon is out with his girlfriend and they get stopped by the police, Tina, and the first thing he do is call and put me on video. But as a mother, my heart drops, because you don't know what type of situation is going to unfold. And thank God it has never been bad. But I feel you. I understand where you're coming from on that point.
And then the only other thing would be empowering other women to be great, pretty much.
Yes. So I call it our COVID years. How did the start of COVID, during the heaviest point of COVID, or even now, how did that time frame affect you, or did it affect you?
It did, pretty much, because I'm like real busy. I never get to sit still or whatever. So it actually gave me a new perspective on life, pretty much. Made me cherish the things that I don't always get to enjoy, like time with family, time with friends because I'm always busy or I'm always trying to help somebody else or off to this event or I got to go decorate for that event, leave that, and I got to go do something else. So I never have any real downtime. And it kept me grounded a little bit. Say, hey, you're missing out on all of this because you have all of this busy stuff to do. And this is what's most important because people aren't going to remember, like my family, they're not going to remember all of these events. What they're going to remember is they were doing stuff and I wasn't there.
That's right. I love
So
that.
that was pretty much it. And yeah, that was pretty much it. To make time to pretty much live in the present because we never know with COVID also reiterated that time is short. We don't have as much time as we think we have because those people that we see today, we may not see tomorrow. So we need to take time to live in the present, to be with those people and enjoy the time that we do have with them.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Time waits for nobody. They're saying that we have lost over 1 million people to COVID, right?
Yes.
And even that number is so high, right? It's extremely high. And then when you think about the people who died without being able to see their loved ones and all that kind of stuff, that is the saddest thing to me. That is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking.
And those that died that their loved ones couldn't even be there with them, so they died alone.
Exactly. It's sad. Outside of that, or in spite of that, what would you say you wanted for your life now?
My life now, peace, pretty much peace, because we don't get a lot of that now. Yeah, peace.
That's a good one. If there was anything that you would say to a woman who is listening right now and hearing you on this podcast, whether it's a replay or whether it's the YouTube or whatnot, what would you say to her?
Pretty much women can be the most critical of themselves. Someone, no matter what you're going through, no matter what it is you think that you didn't do or that you didn't accomplish, never give up on yourself. Give yourself grace. If you fall or you think you have failed, get back up and try again, because tomorrow is always a new day to start over. It's a new beginning and it's a new view on the horizon. So you have every new opportunity every day to be the greatest person you can be.
I love it. And I love you very much, lady. And you are one of the most modest people I know. And, just like and it was your birthday, man, and I know so many of us, we have so many things to say about you. And I know you don't never want to hear it, but I think you are absolutely phenomenal. I really do. And you are definitely an incredible woman. I know you are an incredible wife. I'm still waiting for the book, lady.
Oh my God.
And I know you're an awesome mom. Okay. And she gives some of the best events you will ever see. And I'm going to tell you one of the things that you taught me, even though I have hosted my own events, which that's how we met, but you have taught me, basically, I use the word half-ass, like that's my phrase. Like, you don't half-ass anything. You put your best in everything that you do. And I think that's something that you teach all of us who you mentor, because you mentor us, right? And that's something that we learn from you, and we will just take that, we can take that a very long way.
Because at the end of the day, your name is what's on it. It's your footprint, your stamp, and that's what they're going to remember you by.
You're right. You are absolutely right, and you do it well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on TME Podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me. I was happy to be here.
Yes, ma'am. All right, everyone. So that concludes my interview with Mrs. Tina Adams-Turnipseed. Tell them where they can look you up, Tina.
You can catch me on Facebook under Tina Adams-Turnipseed or TC, the Executive Productions and Extravagant Events, and BWN. On Instagram is TC Executive Productions and Extravagant Events. The same on Twitter and website TC Extravagant Events, TC Graphics. And be looking out. We have something, I can't tell you what it is yet, but we have something big dropping. Be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
Will be coming in the next couple of months. So it's huge. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. Is BWN, are we accepting new members? You want to talk about that briefly?
BWN, we are always accepting new members. Anybody, God usually leads those people to me that need to become a part. He wakes me up in the middle of the night with people in my inbox. We are taking new members. BWN, just a little bit about it is we are a sisterhood, not just a Facebook group. We are here to support, empower, whatever your next elevation level is. We're here to push you to that. You do not have to be an entrepreneur to be a part of it. Again, it's a sisterhood. So you may just need a shoulder to cry on, or whatever that case may be. There's a place for you in BWN. If you do want to be an entrepreneur but don't know where to start, this is where you start. If you have children that have an entrepreneurial spirit, bring them on. We help them get their businesses started, launched with legal licenses, websites. We do vendor events for them. If you have daughters that are having trouble in school, we have Daughters in Diamonds of Destiny. We help empower them, etiquette, and keeping them abstinence before marriage. So we have something for everyone in BWN.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And yes, I am a BWN member. Yes, I am.
Yes, she is.
All right. All right. So thank you all for tuning in. This is Miss Rhonda with TME Podcast, and I will see you at the top. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, babe.
Bye-bye.